Hello, I am Zainab Usman. Today I am going to present the science topic habitats. Today we will discuss about habitats and their different aspects. Now I will discuss about the definition of habitat. What is basically a habitat? A habitat is a place where an organism lives. It is a place where they can find food, shelter, protection, mates, and suitable climate. There are different types of habitats spread across the world. Different habitats host a wide variety of flora and fauna. Flora are the group of animal plants of the same kind and which you can find in any one state. A fauna are the group of animals of the same kind which you can find in any one place. There are different types of habitat. Desert. It is the desert are the dry place. Polar lands, rainforest, mountain, grasslands, and oceans are different types of habitats. Besides those, there are other habitats, domestic habitats, farmlands, forests, wetlands, and tropical rainforests. Now we will discuss about food chain, a food chain. It is the most important part of a habitat. Without a food chain in the habitat, the organisms will die and they will move to another habitat. And what is a food chain? A food chain is a food relationship between organisms. It starts with producer, plants, and ends with a consumer. And it may be an animal or a human being. Now let us look at the food chain example for understanding. It is a food chain of the garden. It is the grass. The grass is eaten by the grasshopper, which is later eaten by a frog. The frog is then eaten by a snake, and the snake is later eaten by a hawk. And when the hawk dies, it decomposes and becomes fungi, which is then important for the plants. So and the cycle again repeated. This is the important food chain. Now our next topic is adaptation. Adaptation are the special characteristics or behaviors that enables organisms to survive in the living condition of their habitat. Now let us look at the adaptation of the polar bear, which helps it to survive in the Arctic land of polar habitat. Its thick white fur to keep the bear warm and for camouflage, and its thick layer of fat help to insulate for warmth. Its large paws to stop the bear sinking in the snow, its small ears to reduce heat loss, and sharp teeth to the prey easily. Now the adaptation of the camel, what helps it to survive in the desert? It's both fat plants to prevent it from sinking in the soft land. It's some straw fat which can be later converted into energy to help it survive long periods without food. Thick double rows of eyelashes and thick eyebrows help it to keep out sand blowing across the desert and bright sunlight. Nostrils can be closed to keep out sand. Like camels, cacti live in desert. What adaptation do cacti have to conserve as much water and lose as little water as possible? The thick coat of wax on the surface of its stem prevents water stored inside the plant from evaporating. Its thick fleshy stem stores water, especially when it rains. The green stem makes food for the plants, and the leaves take form of the small spines. These spines are the leaves of the plant. The spines help to reduce water loss to the plant through evaporation. They also protect the plant from being eaten by animals. Now let's take a look at the adaptations of the water lily, which lives in the habitats with a lot of water. Many tiny openings called stomata are found on the upper surface of the leaf for exchange of gases. Stomata are usually found on the underside of leaf for the plant plants. The waxy coating on the upper surface of the leaf makes it waterproof. The leaf white flat shape and air spaces help it to float on water to get sunlight for making food. Changing habitats. A habitat may change throughout an year. Some of these changes might be good for us, but the other can be harmful to other organisms. Deforestation is the permanent removal of trees to make room for something besides forests. This can include clearing the land for agriculture or grazing or using the timber for fuel, construction or manufacturing. Now, one of the reasons is pollution. Pollution is the release of pollutants like smoke, harmful gases, toxic matter and waste into the surroundings. It can make organisms sick or even kill them. Now, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.